Sorry.
It's not you and your phone, is it?
Yeah, it is again.
Oh, recording your phone sex.
Sorry. With you earlier.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
sorry to wake you up, you sexy beast.
Yeah, it was. Right, guys. Just before we start, I know we've got a lot of national press here as well. Just want to say a special thank you to the Scottish press. It's been unbelievable. Jim and the guys opening the papers every day up here this week. It's so refreshing to see page after page after page. So brilliant night. I don't think I've seen an atmosphere like that. Props Butte, Frampton, and that was mind blowing. And I think we came before a very, very good fighter in Gonzalez tonight. You never know how good they're going to be coming out of there, but he was very, very good. And I think under the circumstances, the way Ricky was going to beat him was to break his heart. I think, I don't know whether he broke his hand, but he broke his heart. And he was 3 rounds behind on every card by the judges. So I had him winning 8 and 9, and then I think he would have won 10, 11, 12, which probably would have ended up being a draw. But I think he showed unbelievable heart, especially in the 7th round. So fire away with your questions, guys. Ricky and Billy.
Pretty tougher than Martinez.
Much tougher. Again, we knew it was going to be a hard fight. We prepared for that. We just didn't know, obviously, how difficult and how awkward it was going to be. I've said it when we've been in other camps when guys have come up to spar. When you're trying to fight somebody that doesn't want to commit, they're just trying to steal the rounds and obviously make you miss and make you pay. And that's what he was doing. He was stealing the rounds. I was saying it when I was going back to the corner. I think that's what I was saying to Billy, and that was. I felt as if it was a bone fight to watch. So I was going out and I was trying to force it. I was overstretching, getting caught with shots that I shouldn't have done, which I think I've learned my lesson to that.
He was actually asking Billy if it was a boring fight. He was a little bit worried.
Reassured it would.
It's just the way I'm at. I think that's how I was going out and I was trying to force it. And again, when you're trying to fight somebody that doesn't want to fight and want to just counter you all the time, it's hard.
Did you sort of feel in your heart, though you didn't show it, but inside did you start to fear you were going to lose?
I knew some of the rounds were close, and I did say to them I thought he was stealing. He was stealing the rounds. Although I was going out and I was trying to force the work rate, I was just getting caught with stupid shots on the counter all the time. I think it was the 7th round. That was the round he did hurt me, and you can see Billy was raging. Billy doesn't like rages for when somebody hurts me or somebody catches me a good shot. It just wakes me up and I just want to go for it. And again, he did hurt me, but I just showed that side to me that I just refused to give up, and obviously I went for it. And I felt as if he was starting to tire, and I was getting on top, obviously, before he pulled out.
Knowing the score, 87-84 afterwards, is there a sense of relief for you that you did kind of break his hand on your own body?
Not at all. I felt as if he was starting to tire. You could see his volume of punches was getting less and less. He was moving, he was on the back foot a lot more, just trying to get in and out of range. Obviously I knew that it was tight, but I always go for a strong finish. I always say I train for a hard 12 rounds, and it's the championship rounds where you get found out.
Did you think you might have had to stop him in those rounds, Ricky?
I didn't think I'd had to stop. I thought I would. I was sitting when I was sitting in the corner. I knew I was saying to myself, I need to move these convincingly. That's how. Although I was going out and I was trying to apply pressure with the jab, and trying to push him back all the time. Even though 50% of the punches I was throwing they were missing, he was still under pressure a lot, and he didn't like it.
Do you know when he actually did the injury?
Sorry?
Do you know when he actually did hurt himself?
He never said. Apparently it's his left wrist or something like that. He said.
I think there's more to it than just. I mean, listen. If you're up, you're up in the fight, and you've got. He can switch hit the guy, no problem. I looked at him after 2 rounds before that, and you could see in the corner, and Sky was saying it as well. He was starting to look very, very tired. And if you've got 3 rounds to survive to win the world title, and you pull out with a bad hand, I think there was more to it than that. I think Ricky just broke his heart. I think in that 7th round, he hit Ricky with everything he had, and he came back and he just thought,
His corner didn't seem too pleased about.
I don't think they would be. He was up, he's three rounds. All he had to do was win 1 more round, and he was world champion. So to pull out in those circumstances means something had to be really, really bad. And I don't think a broken hand. I mean, he's a class fighter, but I just think Ricky broke his heart. I do.
Ricky, we were sitting opposite you, and when you came out of the 8th, there was a delay before the bell rang, and it looked as if for a moment you almost realised just how important that 8th round was?
As I said, the round before they pulled out, I could feel he was getting tired. Whenever we were getting in close, he was grabbing on. And obviously, if the ref shouted he's up last 10, the bells went and he's still sitting there in his corner. I was waiting after the ref should have been on top of him straight away. But obviously he said he's done his rest in, so we'll just need to wait and see.
Any chance you could face him again, fight him again?
Again, I've said
No.
I've said a lot. So, a lot. Everybody underestimated him. Obviously, we never. We knew that it was going to be a tough fight. He had power on both hands as well. He did hurt me in that 7th round. Was it the 6th round? Yeah, seventh round. He did hurt me. But again, if somebody hurts me, I'm just going right back at them. And that's the way I'm always going to be.
Ricky, you said you were worried that it might be a boring fight. Do you think that reflects the crowd? Did the crowd got to you in any way? Made you over anxious?
No, I think it was just, even when we're training for fights, sometimes I let the technique side go out the window and I go for work rate, don't I? Or even when we're sparring, I don't mind taking 1 or 2 shots as long as I'm getting that work rate up. And I'm always throwing a lot more than my opponent's doing. I think that's just the attitude that I've got. I don't like holding back, if you know what I mean. So that's why I was trying to force it, and I could feel that the rounds were close, and he was stealing the rounds, if you know what I mean. And that's why I was trying to force it a bit.
Did the 9 months away have any effect whatsoever?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just obviously Billy couldn't get, as Billy usually sits down, watches a lot of the footage of my opponents and stuff, and we sort of work out. I think that we would have brought a lot more counter punchers. I think we would have taller with longer reach. I couldn't believe the length of the guy's arms. I thought I was out of distance and I was getting caught with stupid jabs and that, which I shouldn't have been getting caught with.
Eddie, have you got a short list for September?
No, I mean at the moment after 6 rounds, I'm just delighted to still that he's world champion. So we'll be back here in September. I'd like to come back to this arena again. And now we start our discussions. Vasquez is still a fight that appeals to us, and one we'd like to make. He's another awkward customer. Difficult to beat as well. Reese is fighting Crawler. Broner's fighting Malignaggi. I don't know what's going to happen with that WBC title. Richard Abril is interested in the fight. He's a WBA champion. Loads of options, but the key now is the mandatory challenge is done. And that's a big thing to now be able to take voluntary challenges and obviously unification fights. But he's so lucky to have a response like that. I mean, I can't explain how lucky as a fighter you are to have support like that, because it means you can keep coming back and back and back and really build something here.
Billy, how worried were you at the end of that 7th?
Obviously he was getting hit with good shots, but I know the grit and determination of this guy. Although I've got to say I was a wee bit worried in the 7th, as everybody was. But he got through it and he came back, and you just have to have a word with him in the corner. And he changed it, if you'd have all noticed it, he changed his game plan completely, upped his work rate in the 7th, and done, was it the 8th, sorry, and then done it again in the 9th. And they're the championship rounds. That's the difference between a grade A and a grade A plus fighter.
You tapped him on the head at one point, I noticed. Were you trying to tell me?
Use his brain. He's got a God-given boxing brain, and sometimes that rules up, and it shouldn't.
Is that the message you got over to him?
Well, I hope I try to get it out of him, you know what I mean? But it worked into the 7th and 8th round, or 8th and 9th, sorry, he upped his work rate, and we've won, and that's the main thing.
Billy, did you learn anything about Ricky tonight that you didn't know before?
No. I've seen him been hurt before against Martinez. The guy's got the biggest pair of gonads in Glasgow, isn't he? Dads.
What have you learned about yourself tonight, Ricky?
I'm not. Even I've come out that fight. There's nothing's changed. It's just boxing's my job, and I think that's the way I'm always just going to look at it. It's just another fight in my eyes.
How did you feel in that 7th round when you were obviously under a bit of pressure? I mean, what did you need to do to get through it?
I think I done an interview. We done an interview a few weeks ago, and I actually spoke about that. That when I've been in a fight, I know that feeling when you want to gear up when you're hurt, when you're tired. But it's just something that's not in me at all, and it's just something that I showed the other night again. He caught me a good few shots. I could see that I had a quick look up. I could see the ref, and I just came. The ref was having a good look, and he was thinking about stopping it, but I just fired straight back and I'm on.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for everything. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.